Ancient Alexandria was famous for its libraries and schools. Ptolemy's dream was to possess all the literature ever written. The wealth generated by the great city gave him the means to do it. He believed knowledge was a source of power. For Dr. Empereur of the Centre d'études Alexandrines, the Temple of Taposiris represents an impressive example of the might of the Ptolemaic period. Taposiris lies some distance to the west of Alexandria, indicating how far the power of the Ptolemies extended. This whole region was a thriving commercial district that included a harbor, warehouses, vineyards, and extensive manufacturing.
The position of this temple is strategic because we are here at the end of the territory of Alexandria. There was a wall, what they call the Arab wall, here to prevent any people to enter this area without paying the customs. So they had to go through a gate there on the lake, and even all the ships sailing on this lake had to go through a small bridge and to pay also the customs to enter Alexandria territory.
The countryside was heavily populated. The temple was encircled by its own town, with its own well-developed infrastructure. Nearby were an extensive residential area and artisans' workshops, which produced all kinds of goods. Even today, pieces of broken amphora litter ancient rubbish heaps, such as this one dating from Roman times.
So this is only a very small part of the big dam. And you can see there are some bottom of amphoras, and it's pointed to stand in the sand, to stand in the kiln, to stand in the ships where they were transported to exportation. This handle, double handle, you see, a very strong one, with a fingerprint of the pottery maker. You can see it when he did it. So thousands of amphoras made by many, many people who participated to this production, mass production for mass exportation to Alexandria and to the rest of the Mediterranean.
An ancient mass production site would probably have looked much like this one. Here, in a remote inland river valley, thousands of amphora are still being produced. The technique hasn't changed in 2,000 years. Workers still fetch their raw material, clay, from the nearby river. It's hard to imagine daily life here without amphora. They're still used to transport food from place to place and to keep it cool. As in the workshops of ancient Alexandria, there are no machines. Everything is made entirely by hand. An accidental discovery revealed how so many clay vessels could be produced. This is what's left of a huge kiln that was blown up in an explosion and hidden until recently under a mountain of shards. More than 600 amphora could be fired in this kiln at one time. Today in Egypt, similar kilns are still in use. Once a week, all the pottery made within the past few days is fired. Light, cheap, malleable, and beautiful, clay still fulfills many needs. all through the night, men keep the flames alive. Continuing a tradition that fueled the growth of great cities. In ancient Alexandria, Agnodike prepared to face the world as a man. But would her disguise work? And would she be successful in realizing her dream to become a doctor? The Library of Alexandria was the largest and most famous in the ancient world, and the goal of Agnodike's dreams. Here, some of the best minds of her time studied and taught. Archimedes, Euclid, and head librarian Eratosthenes, who postulated that the Earth rotated around the sun.